committee member, IEA Telangana State Center and convener of the event, first vice presidents, first chairman, council members, first honorary secretaries, first committee members and committee members of the Telangana State Center and corporate members of Telangana State Center, distinguished guests, family members of Dr. J. Purushottam Garu, representatives of media, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to all of you. Today, I feel it is a great privilege and honor to be among this August virtual gathering and extend a warm and hearty welcome to the chief guest, Engineer G.L. Rao Garu, Speaker Dr. I.S.N. Raju Garu, and all of you to this Dr. J. Purushottam 17th Endowment Lecture. Today I am very happy to be associated with this memorable event. I wish to inform the elite audience, Dr. J. Purushottam, FIE, First Chairman, IEA of the AP State Center. Persons of his family members, the then Westville AP State Center Committee at its 23rd meeting held on 26 September 2006 unanimously resolved to organize an endowment lecture in honor of Dr. J. Purushottam Garu on 1st March every year. I take this opportunity to say a few words about the veteran engineer Dr. J. Purushottam Garu. Dr. J. Purushottam, born on 1st March 1926, obtained Bachelor of Engineering from Madras University in the year 1947, ME in Water Resources from the University of Roorkee in 1957, and obtained PhD in Civil Engineering from the University of Manchester, United Kingdom in the year 1961. He worked in various capacities in irrigation department in the states of Madras and Andhra Pradesh with vast experience as Chief Engineer, Irrigation Department, and Director, Central Water Power Commission, and Chief Engineer, Central Designs Organization. He investigated, designed, and constructed many major and medium and minor projects in the Andhra Pradesh like Nagarjuna Sagar, Srisailam project, Srisailam Right Bank Canal, Telugu Ganga and Godavari Barrage, etc. Late Dr. J. Purushottam Garu was one of the founder members of the Board of Governors of Engineering Staff College of India in Gachibowli. He was on the panel of consultants of the United Nations, World Bank and Asian Development Bank. He was consultant to various states and Government of India on water resources projects. He is the author of 27 technical papers, also publications, and Dr. J. Purushottam Garu was closely associated with our AP State Center for about 4 decades and served as Honorary Secretary during the year 1961-63 and as Chairman during the 1980-82. I am glad to inform that the Telangana State Center of the Institution of Engineers India is proud, has been regularly organizing 18 endowment lectures every year on the birthdays in the honor of the eminent engineers like Engineer V. Subbarao Endowment Lecture, Engineer M. Tirupati Reddy Endowment Lecture, Dr. J. Purushottam Endowment Lecture, Engineer Koka Krishnamohan Rao Endowment Lecture, Engineer G.V. Subbarao Endowment Lecture, Engineer T. Hanumantarao Endowment Lecture, and Dr. Narla Tatarao Endowment Lecture, and Engineer A.P. Ranganatha Swami Endowment Lecture, and Dr. S. Raghavachari Endowment Lecture, Engineer Matur Gopal Rao Endowment Lecture, Engineer Gurram Kotireddy Endowment Lecture, Engineer Atluri Venkateshwar Rao Endowment Lecture, Dr. John A. Murray Endowment Lecture to be started from this year, Dr. N.V. R.L.N. Rao Endowment Lecture, Engineers L. Venkatakrishna Iyer, Engineer K.V. Srinivas Rao and Engineer M.L. Swami, Endowment Lecture, Dr. A. Ramakrishna, Endowment Lecture, and Engineer I. Basavaraju, Endowment Lecture. All the endowment lectures are being delivered by people of high eminence with rich experience, with considerable professional experience to throw light on the important emerging topics of today's relevance. Today, the Telangana State Center has arranged Dr. J. Purushottam 17th Endowment Lecture on dam safety and an overview of dam safety 2021 by Dr. I. Satyanarayan Raju, FIE, Council Member, Chairman of RDC, Institution of Business India, and also first Chairman of Telangana State Center. I know you're all anxiously awaiting to hear his lecture from the eminent speaker, Dr. I.S.N. Rajgaru. I limit myself at this place and hope that you will really enjoy this talk. On behalf of the Telangana State Center of IEI and on behalf of me, my own, I once again extend a hearty and warm welcome to the Chief Guest, Engineer G.L. Rao Garu, FIE Past President, IEI, and Speaker, Dr. I. Satyanarayan Raj Garu, Chairman of RDC and Past Chairman of IEI, and all of you to this important event. Before I request Raj Garu to start his lecture, I request the today's event, the convener of the event, Engineer B. Prashant, to kindly introduce the today's respected speaker. And over to Mr. Prashant.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Chairman, sir, for giving me the opportunity to introduce today's speaker, Dr. I. Satyanarayan Rajgaru. It is my privilege to introduce the eminent personality, Engineer Dr. I. Satyanarayan Raju, FIE Garu. Dr. I. Satyanarayan Raju, FIE, did his graduation in civil engineering and post-graduation in structural engineering in first class with distinction and also PhD from JNTU, Hyderabad. He served in irrigation department of government of AP for 35 years in various capacities and retired as a chief engineer in 2011. Dr. I. Satyanarayan Raju as TDO was very instrumental in activating state dam safety during 2004 by enhancing dam safety inspection, proper conduct of state committee meetings, including drafting minutes. And he also done in various capacities and retired as chief engineer in 2011 and also held positions of director APERL, DG voluntary at Hyderabad. He was a recipient of Best Irrigation Engineering Award 2003 by Government of AP and IEI APSC, and many merit awards including Best State Level Nodal Officer of Government of AP programs while in service. He presented over 40 technical papers in Institution of Engineers India, seminars, workshops, and other different fora. He served as chairman IEI of AP and Telangana State Centers at Hyderabad during 2014 to 16, and also National Council member of IEI from 2012 to 16. Presently, Dr. I. Satyanarayan Raju Garu is NABARD is rendering his services as a technical consultant to NABARD, AP and Telangana, and serving as freelancer, technical consultant, come expert, arbiter and adjudicator. And currently, I. Satyanarayan Rajgaru is council member of IEI Telangana State Center from Civil Division, and also is nominated as a chairman recently for RDC. Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Over to sir.
Thank you very much, Prashant, for giving me a brief about me. Respected Chairman, Sri Brahma Reddy Garu, today's Chief Guest, G.L. Rao Garu, is our veterinary engineer, past president, and our guru in the department. And Venkat Subbay Garu, Honorary Secretary. Image past Chairman, Dr. Ramanaik Garu, Director, SK, and also past Chairman of IEI, Dr. Rameshwar Rao Garu. My esteemed colleague Brahma Reddy Garu and other Telangana State Center Committee members and other esteemed other participants. It's a great opportunity for me to given to me to deliver 17th Dr. J. Purushottam Endowment Lecture. Because why I feel that it's a great opportunity means he is Dr. J. Purushottam. He started the Central Reliance Organization. So when I was assistant executive engineer in 1980s, he was the superengineer designs CDO. But the government thought that he is the fittest person to have a separate wing of chief engineer, wing of CDO, and he was elevated to the post of CE's Chief Engineer Central Reliance Organization. That Central Reliance Organization is one of the prominent and apex organization where in the combined state or in the present 2 states also, it approves all the designs of major, medium, minor irrigation projects. Then only all these projects will start, commencement will happen, and also their hydrology and all the things will be there. Another important thing is today topic is also important. So the state dam safety organization will be also under control of CECDO. So when I was the chief engineer, actually at that time, so the super engineer who is heading SDSO, the States and Dam Safety Organization, is working under CECDO. Because as a chief engineer, I think I am the longest tenure chief engineer of CECDO. So I proudly say that very humble that J. Purushottam Garu, he was there as CECDO for 4 years. So after him, I got an opportunity to succeed him, I think not immediately and subsequently, and I hold at the post of 6.5 years of CECDO. And during that time, so because of my academic passion, so I have taken a lot of interest in shaping that state dam safety organization, increasing the number of inspections, and also evaluating the safety reports. And also at the time, we actually committee was also, expert committee was also formed during my tenure. I think all principal secretaries have cooperated. Eminent past chairman of Central Water Commission used to be our state expert committee. And also there is a mandatory of 2 meetings has to be done at state committee meetings. So I took interest of having that one. The principal secretary used to appreciate the interest we have taken. And all these things, what exactly state dam safety organization is expected to discharge his duties, and also the communications are damn good. Another important thing is now everybody discussing about dam rehabilitation improvement project that World Bank has is wanted to support these projects. At that time also we formulated the first dam safety project, drip irrigation including Nizam Sagar, that LSR and other important projects. But the cost of the project is order of about 150 crores. I have presented this project to World Bank also. They must very much appreciated that report, and also the principal secretary, the then principal secretary also has attended that meeting. But what they have taken a passive view, because at the time the state of Andhra Pradesh with a budget of 12,000 crores, they are doing Jalajnam. They say that these 100 crores of your drip is a peanut. So the state can as well take up these works under the state budget, so that some of other states where the budget issues are there, constraints are there, they will support the project. In that way, it has, so could not able to, that was not materialized, but we have taken all the precautions. So this is the background which I would like to tell you. And dam safety is very, very important. Why I'm telling you is when the act is not there, so everybody try to do in a general way, in routine way. So some mishap happens. So used to the department, the government used to support that officers who were the owners of the dam, that because it has happened because of some other constraints and budget provisions, all those things. But now the enactment of this latest act, so the owners of the dams, the officers controlling the dams, they are fairly personally responsible. So that is very, very important. So once this is done, I will tell the background when giving the presentation. So with these few words, and again, my pranams to our chief guest CL Rao Garu, and also my I think my respects to all the dignitaries here. I will go for the presentation. Just start sharing of this one. Share. The sharing screen. So that చూడండి. Is మళ్ళీ ఏదో వచ్చింది sharing the screen. Okay. Now I will go for this one. ఏమండి ఇది హైడ్ లో పెట్టాలి కొద్దిగా, ఈ పైన ఇది ఉన్నది. Okay. So today, that is the 1st March, I think very auspicious day. You all know that Mahashavaratri. So everybody is chanting Shiva today. And on this auspicious day is that we are celebrating or we are conducting event of Purushottam 17th Endowment lecture. And that subject is Dam Safety and Overview of Dam Safety Act 2021. So this is Act of 41 of 2021. That is the Government of India Act. I think Act will be, State Act will be there. It's the Government of India Act mandated all the states to own the responsibility of dam safety. It was passed recently on 14th December 2021. That's why I did that is a latest and hot buzz topic which everybody needs to know, especially engineers working in irrigation department or whatsoever department, whether in Telangana, Andhra Pradesh or other states also. This is very much everybody need to be conversant with these provisions of this act. Otherwise, tomorrow something happens. So that the responsibility lies with the officers. I think we may have to support in different way also, but squarely it is the individual officer's responsibility to make the dam safe. So this is, I think, when we are discussing of dam and dam safety, you can see that it's the Godavari River. So and this thing that is so it is a welcome to all of you. And in a chronological order, normally I used to present things, some fundamentals also. I think we'll skip that. It's not my intention that you all know all the things, but the chronological order I do that one. So dam is a human device for exploitation of. It's a multi-purpose dam. Dams will be useful for flood control, irrigation, hydropower, industries, environment, and many drinking water supply, and many activities it will happen. Even environment, whatever greenery is there, dam is important. Dam is nothing but a barrier across the river, but the barrier should be with a suppressing arrangement, otherwise the dam will collapse. So the different purpose of this. This we can see this one also. So I already told you. So when come to status of dams, India is the 3rd largest country having many more dams. And compared to US, China and USA. China is number 1, so US is number 2. 3rd is India in terms of number of dams and storage capacity. Presently, so we got about 5,334 dams in existence to have a storage capacity of 253 billion cubic meters in India. And another dams are also under construction that create about 51 billion cubic meters. But there is a positive scope to have a dams, more number of dams to a storage capacity of 400 billion cubic meters. That's why some of the dams are under pipeline, some of the things are there, and that 150 billion cubic meters this one. So what I would like to tell you, dams are so important and is the backbone of the country and backbone of agriculture and irrigation also. So why I'm telling you, so dams, so they will not only give irrigation in drought years. We are having a drought for once in every 4 years. So drought can be mitigated by having more number of storage capacities. So the carryover storage. So the dams are more important. World across, people say that dams with more storage is required for the future also. Storage is very, very important. So when for the utilization of this 600, I think our utilizable capacity is 640. So we need to have a storage of 450. You may ask you what is the difference of 640 and 450. When 450 billion cubic meters of dam storage is there, we will be drawing and again we'll be getting refilled. Just like any mine irrigation tank is there, we'll have a 2-3 fillings. Like the dams also will, if not 2-3 fillings, at least 1.5 times fillings will be there. So utilization will be 640 billion cubic meters. In future, so additional dams to store about 150 dams there on the planning stage. So I think in a graphical representation, I have shown you the number of dams and also the water. In pre-independence, we have got only storage is only 15.6. We must be very happy that Jawaharlal Nehru, he started many dams like Bakranangal, Hirakud, and our Nagar, Sagar, Srishail, like that. He sold the dams are the modern temples, so he got highest regard to the engineers who built it. So because of that spirit we started, and also he was Prime Minister who started 5-year plan. So because of keeping some provision for budget for all these dams. So ultimately now we are able to have a storage capacity of 253 billion cubic meters, having a number of 5,334. So construction about in the dams is giving about 50.9. So on formulation stage 109. Ultimately we'll have about 400 billion cubic meters. So normally when dam means dam is not a single line. So you will be having overflow, non-overflow dam, non-overflow dam. Now, overflow dam is nothing but spillway regulator. When dam safety comes, one need to know about the components and what vulnerability will be there. So it is a combination of dams, earth dams. You can see in Nagarjuna Sagar will have a long earth dam, and on either side we got a non-overflow dam. At the time it is a masonry dam will be there, and it cover coping is with concrete and spillway. Spillway is the heart of any dam. I told you that. So it is a barrier. Barrier does not mean that we will hold entire water. So we should have, we always upkeep status of the earlier river. So some flood is there, it must be passed through it. That's why the spillway regulator is there. Spillway must be there. These components must be properly designed, properly executed. Then only dam will be safe. So earlier it used to have a masonry dams, now is a concrete dam. So concrete and masonry dams, they will be called rigid dams. Whereas earth dam is a flexible dam. You may ask you, when concrete dam is safe, why you are not building concrete dams? Because engineering is economy. Economy will be achieved by using local available material. The soil is locally economically available. We'll try to utilize the local available soil with the earth dam, but where that spillway regulator, so it need to be with a concrete dam. So we'll use it, and sometimes the end connections will be also these concrete dams will be there. Same, but some cases in hydropower dams only rigid dams will be there. For example, you can see that Srisailam where it is a completely rigid dam. So with a spillway regulator, and also on either side it will be non-overflow dam. So this is about these things. Some of the dams, so especially hydroelectrical dams will be mostly the rigid dams will be there. So gravity dams will be, I think, about a small design part. Also, there will be shape of dams are also different. I think the gravity dam means it must have a self weight more to withstand that that water pressure and all those things. So in some cases we'll have a arch dams. We got a arch dams in elsewhere, and also in India also. Arch dam, you know, the structural analysis of arch dam, it is a more safe dam, takes forces to either end, whereas in a gravity dam, it takes to the foundations will take care of that forces and moments. So normally a dam will be built with optimal capacity. So optimal capacity, simultaneously the cost of dam is also important. So the capacity will decide the benefits of the dam, whether it is a hydropower dam or a irrigation benefits and other things will be there. The capacity will be decided by, it will be achieved by length and height of the dam is also important. So normally in a rigid dam, so we'll provide shutters so that flood regulation will be easy. We have a time to empty the dam before some flood comes. Actually in 2009, we could be able to disseminate the flood, mitigate the flood because of these Nagarjuna Sagar, Srisailam. So we have advancedly emptied the dam to receive the flood. So that's why the gates will be there, not FRL. I think now ungated spillways will have FRL at crest at FRL, whereas depending on the height of the dam, so the crest will be below the FRL. So this is very, very important. Design is very important part. Investigation is very, very important point. Hydrology is very important part for design and construction. That will only makes the dam this one. So this is a beautiful picture. That is I could able to get it. So where earth dam is there, and even spillway regulator is there. Even the I think structure, gated control structures, it is for a drinking water supply or irrigation supply. This is a reservoir. That what you can see. So this is a the cross section of a non-overflow dam. Now the difference between overflow and non-overflow means overflow dam spillway regulator will pass the flood, whereas a non-overflow dam, so it will hold water up to the that will maximum water level, and it won't allow the water. So this is spillway regulator. How gates will function? These radial gates and also spillway working spillway will be there. Yes. So this is about earth dams. The type of earth dams are two types. That is homogeneous earth dams with the filter and all the central core and all those things. Homogeneous means only one type of soil will be used. So other than this filter media, whereas this central core embankment will be there. Zonal section, they call it zonal section, with the different cores and sand filters will be there. This is a this is zonal earth dam will be there. So why I'm telling you this, all the dams, every component of dam is need to be kept safe. So there is a classification now. I think in the present code they told about specified dams, but earlier they used to call a large dam. So the definition of large dam means the dam height is more than 15 meters, it is called a large dam. But even though the height is less than 15 meters, if the earthwork, that quantity that is involved is 0.75 million cubic meters, it was also categorized as large dam. And another important thing, even the dam height is less than 50 meters, then irrespective of height, if the storage capacity is 1 million cubic meters, so it is also brought under earth dam, and that is a large dam. And even the maximum flood discharge through spillway is 200 cumex, nearly about 70,000 cusecs is also called a large dam. So these are the definitions of this one also. But in the I will when I discuss about the act, So that is separate categorization. That large dam is word is now missing. Now they have removed it. Is a specified dam. So anything other than this, less than inferior, less than these parameters in there, that is called a small dam. So this is for design purpose. We have three categories: small dam, intermediate dam, and large dam. So this calculation is depending on the design flood. So normally any dam will be designed for a 100-year flood or 1,000-year flood or 10,000-year flood. So all small dams, irrigation, they will be about 25-year flood. And any gravity dam or earth dam will be there. Other than medium irrigation project, they go for 100 years. So and intermediate dams, that where the storage capacity and hydraulic head is also there. That is 12.3 30 meters. The standard flood will be there. But all large dams, they need to be designed for probable maximum flood. So probable maximum flood means that is when all the scenario of the inflows, rainfall, everything comes. So that is the probable, that is like the definition is also given below. So it is a theoretical concept, say that 1 in 10,000 years, the flood will occur 1 in 10,000 years. PMF is the flood that may be expected from the most severe combination of critical and hydrological conditions that are reasonably possible in a particular drainage area. So actually for designing a dam for with probable maximum flood, I think the cost will be very, very huge and high. People, some of the designers say that it won't come once in 10,000 years. Why should they invest and have more number length of spillway? But what has proved is in 2009 in Srisailam, actually it was designed for a standard flood. But in 2009 probable maximum flood was estimated about 26 lakh cusecs, but nearly 23 lakh cusecs has come. So now that is the danger belts are there. Any dam may achieve that probable maximum flood. That's why you have to check all the dams for probable maximum flood and dam safety also. So one of the important things, all the existing dams, you have to check whether the dam is safe with a probable maximum flood and vent-way is there, spillway length is there. So these are the number of dams across the world. Actually, this is across the world, large dams across the world, nearly about 59,000 dams are there. So earth dams are about 38,000 and rock-filled dams are also. Rock-filled dams means hearting is only soil and rock will be there on the outer cover. So why some people may ask why rock-filled dams means when you are excavating foundation, lot muck is there. I told you that engineering nothing but economy. So economy will be achieved by local available material. So instead of wasting that rock muck, you will utilize that rock muck also to have a cover over the hearting. So that Polavaram also you are doing that rock-filled dam is also there. So that is the economical way and they will withstand. So that is actually that is waste management or otherwise recycling of the available materials. So gravity dams are there about 7,450 and purely gravity dams. And combination of dams will be there with a gravity dam and earth dam also. So this is large dams more than 15 meters. So it is Indian scenario. So I can give you that completed dams are 5,033, 34. A PDF version of this PPT I will be keep in YouTube or also I will make arrange to Institute of Engineers. Anybody can have that one. So under construction about 411 large dams. So it is coming to large dams now. So large dams means one more than 1 cubic. That means your irrigation also, some of the dams will come under this one. That's why the number is 411. So total number of large dams is 5,745. But on the other slide, I told you that the number of dams are there. That means medium and major dams are also there for 5,334. So this is according to a register of that large dams in 2019. So now they are called instead of large dam, they are calling it a specified dam. So year-wise, actually the large dams with the deepest foundations to the crest also. I think that is because the dams are progressing every year. Some dams are completing. There is some statistics that was also taken here. So what is dam safety? That is a techno management discipline. It is asset management and public safety assurance on the part of the government. So techno management means a dam has to be kept safe. Otherwise, it is giving a lot of benefits. If a dam breaks, the entire thing will collapse. Actually, storage will not be there. Drinking water will be a problem. Irrigation will be a problem. Even the cost of the dam, that is asset management, capital cost, whatever is invested, that is going. That is again, it is rebuilt with additional cost. And safety is important. When dam is the dam breaks and dam collapses in the downstream side, a lot of villages, large area will get submerged. There will be this loss of life will be there, loss of property will be there, loss of crop will be there. So we have to counter all these things must be kept in view, and dam safety is to all the dams will not break and the losses will not be there, and the structure must be safe and live. I think just like human beings who want to live for more years, so like that the dams also live for the design, to the extent of the design here. So generally the failures will occur, hydraulic failure will be there. I think you're all know available. Just I will skip overtopping, erosion upstream, downstream side, and toe will be there. CPS failure, I think for earth dams, when the failure starts with the CPS, ultimately will become a piping. Ultimately dam will collapse. Structural failure will be there. I think that is downstream side. The toe will be get erosion, toe erosion, upstream, downstream side. Sliding will be also, dams also get slides. And other item is sabotage. I think when a war is there between two countries, the enemy country will try to damage the assets of the other country with whom it is this one. So that is also the sabotage. This is another thing. So the defects that leads to dam safety, that is overtopping, wave erosion, toe erosion, gully, and internal seepage is also there. So instability of foundation. And sometimes the foundations also create some problem when you are constructed and we have taken investigation. So we have some, because only samples will there, some more boreholes will take it. But sometimes in between boreholes also some faults will be there. So that is also creating, even after construction also the problems will surface. And sometimes the dam will deform. Settlement is another important thing, that is especially for the earth dams. So major cause of dam failures is foundation failure, overtopping, inadequate spillway. Most of about 50% of dams collapse because of inadequate spillway. That is, spillway is designed certain flood, but whereas the occurrence of flood is much more than that is. So we are very grateful that our engineers have built a great dam. I think GL Rao and other those generations, they were very dedicated. They built this the Srisailam and Nagarjuna Sagar. That's why even though the design flood is passed through 2009, the dam was quite safe. So, but all the dams will not be like that. So, for example, the same discharge have gone to Nagarjuna Sagar. We got a earth dam on either side. Earth dam could have been breached at that time. So we could able to. I think I proudly say that I was one of the management team during 2009 of a special officer deployed to Srisailam, Nagarjuna Sagar, and also Prakasham barrage. So there is a very what you call is the risk management, and also this one else. Uneven settlement and all the things. Earthquakes are another important thing. Of course, fortunately, both AP and Telangana, we are not in the severe earthquake zone, but still some earthquakes will come. And in future, there is no guarantee that such a severe earthquake would, and this one. That's why you have to design the dam against this earthquake also. Operation is also very important. Some people, the operation of gate, they think that the reservoir will fill. If you release it, whether the inflows will again fill it up. So that if you take a risk of that non-operation also, the dam will, by overtopping, it will collapse. So I think this all devastation, mostly dam failures, 50% dam failures are spillway lengths are less, means at the time of dam, whatever history hydrology is there, accordingly we design it. Srisailam also designed for about 15 lakh cusecs at the maximum water level, but it has come to 23rd lakhs because subsequently severe things are there. Now in future, any dam is constructed, we will take that 2009 as a benchmark. So 2,200 dams across the world, they were failed in the 20th century, and 8,000 people have lost their lives. So this is, people think that a dam is newly built, it won't fail, but the situation is different. Some of the dams failed during execution also. One or two examples also I will tell you. About 44% of dams. So in a statistics of 36, so they fail within 5 years. Normally we think that dam will fail after 40 years or 50 years. There is no guarantee that dam will be safe till that 40, 50 years. Sometimes dams will fail less than that also. But in 50 to 100 years, normally we'll expect that one, about 16.67% is there. More than 100 years, only 2 dams fail. Of course, when that age of dam is there, we'll go in for a new dam on the upstream side. That is what happened in Dhauleshwar Anakat and Krishna Anakat, and also Nizam Sagar also. So we have taken precautions to the retrofitting and rehabilitation of the dams. So some dams failed in this one else. So failure of dams, I think if you take one is age, this is about the different technical problems. Mostly 40% of dams failed, 40% of because of foundation problem. So next comes the inadequate spillway. Spillway length is not required, length is not there, number of vents are not there. I think in spillway gates also 10% we take inoperative. That means during flood time, because the hydraulic head, some of the gates get one, we cannot got operated. So that's why. So when hydrology comes, we design about the number of dams gates are 20. We will add 22. Normally that with that safeguard will take. Even that also sometimes that the capacity is not sufficient, then dams will overtop and they fail. So poor construction, I think, because all senior engineers cannot be there, will depend on some work inspectors or one or two lower level engineers. So some work is happening on 24/7. So that supervision also there will, of course, some designs will take care of these flaws in supervision and quality control, but all the things will be there. Act of wars, I think other countries, enemy countries, they blasted the dams, that is about 3%. Defective material also we must be very careful that cement, whatever there is, sometimes steel also. So some problem, local rolled steel, other things will be there. Operation, inactive operation. Earthquakes only 1%, but now all dams are checked for earthquake. So these are the failure causes. I think same thing, defective spillway, defective outlet. So please go through that one, because the endowment lecture cannot be go like a seminar like about 1 hour, 1.5 hours. Normally it's 30 to 40 minutes. So just I am keeping, and I keep this PDF so in website and also make available to the Telangana State Center. We can have this one. So concrete failures also, concrete, what are the concrete dam defects? So uplift pressure will sometimes dams will be there. So over stress will be there. Tension also sometimes causes failure of concrete dams. So middle center of gravity, middle third rule, you can go there. So embankment defects are already liquefaction. So that if foundations are sandy foundations are, settlement will be there. Liquefaction is important. That liquefaction is important factor for designing earth dam. So reservoir margin defects, that is so instability and weakness of natural barriers also there. Flashy floods also another cause for this one. So these are some of the list of dams. So that in India, so about 36 dams failed. So we got that statistics and information, different things. Even our Kadam Dam also failed. So we got in combined state, now in Telangana state also, because that is because of flashy flood. So times in a short time it has come, the water topping has happened. So mostly with breaching, piping, I think it's all about this one else. So mostly it's all, so in Tamil Nadu, Kodangar, Machu Dam, I think I will show you 5, 7, 8 cases of dam failures. So you can do this one. So these are the dam, breach failures are 44% of dams failed by breach failure. Water topping is about 25%, and piping and bad workmanship is 14%, and other distress will be 17%. So these are different years of the dam failure in different years, we can say. So now we come to the almost coming to this one else. 200 dams failed in 20th century, 8,000. Already this statement I have read there. So some of the important dams that they were failed are Vyant Dam in Italy, South Fork Johnston Dam in USA, Tenton Dam in USA, Tailings Dam in Italy, and Malpasset Dam in France, Kantel in Sri Lanka. These are some of the cases. In India, Machu Dam in Gujarat, that was failed in the 1960s only. Kadam Dam, I told you that because of flood, the earth dam was breached and spillway is not sufficient, and new spillway is also added. Panset Dam, that is in Katakavalsa near Pune, it was also failed. Padangar in Tamil Nadu. Katakavalsa near, I think that was Katakavalsa. That was there. Padangar Dam is in Tamil Nadu. Panset is in Gujarat. So in Machu Dam is one case. So this is actually, so in 72 it was built. So in Machu River, so in Gujarat. In 79, flood actually designed flight had reached the Spillway was designed for 6,180, but 14,000 cubics have achieved. Then it failed. So 2,000 people have the lives have lost in that is 79. That is a major disaster in Morbi. And so 12,700 houses for this one. So now the dam height was raised. Spillway capacity is also increased. Now they added additional spillway. So 26 this one. So this is the failure of the dam. So next is Kadam. Actually, Kadam is a part of this SRS. This is Koyna Dam. Actually, this is the Koyna Dam is a hydropower dam. So earthquake, that is the earthquake zone. So initially, I told you that whatever history at the time of dam construction, they will take it. But subsequently, severity will be lower, of earthquake will be there. So during construction time, so through the times the earthquake has come and some cracks have developed. So they rectified it to Koyna Dam, but ultimately now it is safe. But only recently one seminar has a national convention has happened. So Koyna Dam, actually all the dams, hydropower dams are there. The tailways will be through the river. But the particular thing is Koyna Dam, all the tailways is into the Arabian Sea. So now Krishna is a deficit river. Had that water is in that tail race is here into the Krishna river. Some river problem, some water problems for Telangana, Karnataka, and AP could have been done. Actually, there is one logic is also there. The one of the chief minister of at that time, they say that in the initially June and July, please don't produce hydropower. Please leave the water to downstream side. We will pay whatever cost of that power you are generating. We'll give it. But it's all interstate and interstate issues are there. So a lot of studies have taken. Now they have taken all remedial measures for Koyna Dam. This is one, I think, one of the very good hydropower dam. But only thing is that after generation of power, what is going to the sea? Sea is this one else. So this is so another dam in this one ESA. So dam failed here. So this one in France, this dam is there. చూడు ఈ పైన ఇది మన రత్నం ఈ పైది పోవాలంటే చూడండి టాప్ హెడ్డింగ్ కనిపిస్తలేదు ఇది వీ హావ్ టు టేక్ అవుట్ దిస్ ఈ బార్ స్క్రోల్ బార్ ఉంది సో ఇది అందర్ కాంక్రీట్ ఆర్చ్ డ్యామ్ సో ఇట్ హస్ ఫెయిల్డ్ ద ఫెయిల్యూర్ అట్రిబ్యూటెడ్ టు బికాస్ ఆఫ్ dam was built and piping due to it was due to piping and failure compensate for additional height added to the dam design. Factor of safety also reduced. Actually one is minimum factor of safety. ఈ పైన స్క్రోల్ బార్ పోవాలి చూడండి. No. Another thing is construction actual supervision failure also they have attributed this one. So this is Maple-Set Dam that is southern France. This is Arch Dam actually that is one of the things is there. So this is another dam. So this failure is I think this that ultimately one failures are stepping stones for the future. If you say that, so sometimes we cannot prevent a dam failure, but failures also will take into consideration and will this one else. I think mostly the dams they fail because of heavy rain. So heavy flash floods. Actually, this one this is Maple-Set Dam. Actually, this is Maple-Set Dam today. At that time, the design criteria is there. I think now in Nagar Sagar and Srisailam, the design criteria what is available by BSI codes of ISI codes of in 60s and 70s. Now the lot of changes have come now. So we have to check these dams in the present criteria that will happen, or you have to do retrofitting or rehabilitation of the dams. So Kadam Dam, actually this is because of flashy flood. I think the catchment is so very flash. I think short more catchment area, but in a short length. So that is there. So it was. I think here also that additional spillway is constructed. I think GL Raos are also not during this failure. It was failed twice. So because and additional spillway was also by overtopping this dam was failed. They provided additional spillway capacity. They increased it. So ultimately the State Dam Safety Inspection Team, I think by experts also, the existing spillway is inadequate. There is a need to increase the number of vents to pass at least 500-year flood frequency and establish flood forecasting. Flood forecasting and reservoir operation table, that is very, very important that they have suggested it. So this is actually the Kadam Dam. Originally, when spillway was there, now the spillways or additional spillways were added to it. So this is Gundlavagu and my irrigation tank. So dam failure means need not be breached. Actually, they built a dam, but the storage is not there. CPS, the dam used to be empty once it is stored in 2-3 days. So again, with grouting and other things also we got it done. So dam safety means actually water and stuff breaching, growing, it is going through underground also. In downstream side also a lot of that habitations will be get. Water table will be higher and structures will be collapsed and also this one also. So this is the one even during the construction time, the Palemagu in Khammam district at that time, now it is a Mulugu district. So during construction time, twice it was failed. Of course, it is a medium project, but the height of dam is nearly about 35-45 meters, 40 meters highest. Normally in a dam it will not be there. Here also the flashy flood is there. Actually, the spillway was designed and it was because the interior it is a remote location with some extremities problem is there. Ungated spillway was it was kept in plank, but found some foundation failure and the rock is not a solid rock. That is the layers rock is there, so it was breached twice. And ultimately, we provided another gated spillway. So this is also one of some of the cases. Recently, as an NABARD consultant, I have visited. Now dam is quite all right. So this is actually this earth dam that was breached because of overtopping and all those things. So now we are coming to the background of the dam safety. So what is the background? Why the Dam Safety Act come into force? Of course, in 2002, draft Dam Safety Act was prepared by Government of India. It is actually Government of India Act. So they circulated to all the states to pass the act by the state legislature. So in Indian Constitution says that some of the that subject of concern with state and central also. So at least 2-3 states must pass that act, central act. Then the Government of India will pass that act. Ultimately, it will come into force. So I think when I was the chief engineer, so we got this act passed in 2009. And also West Bengal also passed it, but subsequently after the 2-3 states have passed, they introduced the bill on 15th Lok Sabha on 30th August 2010. But at that time, the bill was referred to Parliamentary Standing Committee for observation. So, but all it has took a lot of time. Ultimately, Parliamentary Committee has given some observations. Those observations are included in the that act, bill and act. Ultimately, so it was passed by the Parliament on 14th. I'm sorry, it is on 14th December 2021, and it has come into force. This act is called Dam Safety Act 2021. So it is called Act number. I think in that year, how many acts are passed? That is Act 41 of 2021. Ultimately, now the Dam Safety Act is passed by Parliament, and it was consented by President. Now is in force. So now we will go into details of this Act provisions. I already discussed about this one. So it was a Dam Safety Act, and also actually. So what is the act? What is the basic, why the act was passed means an act to provide surveillance, inspection, operation and maintenance of specified dams for prevention of dam failures. Prevention of dam failures related to disaster. Normally dams will fail during the flood times, cyclone times, and also earthquakes and like that only. So that is actually we need to have periodical inspections and systematic OM operation, and always be under surveillance. And also there is no institutional mechanism present. Just like that, so any disaster comes, so everybody is sing into action, and they will try to disseminate or try to damage the disaster will get mitigated. But a permanent mechanism, institutional mechanism is required. So the Act is providing a permanent institutional mechanism. I will tell that institutional mechanism is nothing but Dam Safety Authority under Section 8 of the Act. So at a central level, in Central Water Commission and in Delhi, that authority will be there at Delhi, and state dam safety organization is to be there in place. That is under Section 14. I think for in Telangana state, previously in combined state, it is at Hyderabad. Now we got a dam safety organizations, one at Vijayawada and one at Hyderabad. So it is a permanent establishment. And according to the Act, the definitions are also given. I think we cannot give our own definitions. What exactly dam means? So that also it is structure across a tributary or river. So to impound some water, that is a water body with a minimum of 1 million cubic meters. The storage is there, and also height criteria is also there, 15 meters height and less than 15 meters also. If the discharge surplus discharge is 2,000 cubics or 70,000 cubics is also there, that also comes, and other things are there. So it is also and another important definition of this one is we need to leave some water, the downstream side of water, for the river ecology, flora, fauna. I think at 10% of all. I think recent in the National Convention also environmental friendly and live rivers. Live rivers means some water must always flow. But normally in our practice, farmers say that some leakage is there. So these engineers are not, they are not bothering about leakages. But some rivers, some 10% of water must go down to all the reservoirs. So that is actually world scenario. Also 10% must be left to the downstream side. So distress condition, what exactly distress? Distress condition means the dam likely to fail, prone for failure, or vulnerable to failures. So that means also it was defined. So that means we have to take rehabilitation and retrofitting. Then enlargement of dam. I think scope of dam is getting increased. The scope might be in terms of increasing storage capacity or increasing the dam. I think insufficient spillways also where the dams are getting collapsed. So then also we have to enlarge. That is called enlargement of dam. Again, we have investigation, design, hydrology, and everything must be going in place. This normally for any act definitions will be there. So tomorrow the act. So we must deal with that. This one else, the definition must fit in, not our own definitions. Operation of a dam. Operation of dam is during flood season, we'll operate the gates and also the filling of the reservoir, emptying of the reservoir. So even when a new dam comes also, you cannot fill to full storage. Recently, Kaleshwar, that Malan Sagar also, now it is only against 50 TMC, now it is only 10.5 TMC. Gradually in 3 years, ultimately that will be. Why that means? So dams are prone. If suddenly filling will be there, we have to observe the performance of the dam. So whether seepages or monitoring must be there. It's always when the even filling of new dam also there. You like that also existing dams also to what height, to what I think observation we have to do that. Not FRL, it should not be bring to FRL at a time. So in a passage of 3-4 days, it must be done. O&M manual, that is very, very important, and operation schedule of this one also there. And now previously we used to call a large dam. Now they made it a specified dam. That means the dam safety, National Dam Safety Authority, State Dam Safety Authority will specify certain dams. So they are vulnerable and they need to be under surveillance list. So and remedial, what exactly remedial measure also the definition is given. I think in specified dams means now previously I given one definition about large dam. Now presently the definition of this one is same almost. They are not calling large dam, but the specified dam means the length of fresh should be more than 500 meters. That is spillway. Spillway length is more than 500 meters. It comes under a specified dam. Capacity of the dam should be more than 1 million cubic meters. 1 million cubic meters must be there. Maximum flood discharge, so about 2,000 cumex. That is also only their definitions are they have brought in some more definitions. And apart from those conditions, upper 3 conditions are not satisfied. If some difficult foundations are there, so even less than 500 meters spillway length and 1 million cubic meters, even mine irrigation tanks also some foundation problems are there. It also comes from specified dam. And unusual design also. I think designs are not in routine or conventional type. So so it will be a typical designs or specific designs are there also, unusual also, that also. One specific design I can tell you that even that dam height is also less. We provided in Gorakal, we have provided that gallery is there. That means there is a problem is there. The gallery we have provided. So because in future some seepage problems are there from foundation, we want to get it grouted. That is also called unusual design. So some sections are there. I think different sections are there. So the section, important sections only I have, because time constraint is there, important sections, another 10-15 minutes. Section 8 deals with the establishment of National Dam Safety Act. That is by, it must be added by not below the rank of Additional Secretary to Government of India. That is, it must be there. It will have its members and qualifications must be there. And that means whoever is heading this committee must be knowledgeable, technically knowledgeable. So that is also important thing is. Section 9 deals with there was duties of a National Dam Safety Organization. So what are the duties and responsibilities? So it also guides the state dam safety organizations, also watch the vulnerable dams list. All the information state dam safety council must arrange to the National Dam Safety Committee. Dam Safety Committee will be there, Dam Safety Organization will be there. Authority will be there. So both things are there. Committee will be added by senior personnel will be there, but organization will be continuously for full time they will be working for it. So section 10 deals with staff pattern and responsibility rules and responsibilities also there. So who has to head that and what is the criteria of qualification, expertise and all those things that dams section 11 will deals about that one. And section 11 also deals who has to head the state dam safety organization. One engineering chief or chief engineer must be head. Previously, sometimes state dams, when I was the chief engineer, it was headed by one superintendent engineer. Because of academic interest and I got some passion. So I used to deal with the subject. So and used to support the SDSO, who is a superintendent engineer reporting to me. So now it is specified that chief engineer rank must be there. So technical scientific officers, it is almost geologist must be there, hydrologist must be there. Like that, all the people or team must be there. And they will be Central Water Commission in Delhi, that will be there. They'll be there. The subject will be dealt by them in our state, so it will be under CSEDO will be doing that work. And we have to, every time to time, we have to maintain the hydrology, design aspect, foundation problems, everything. All documentation is very, very important. In respect to hydroelectrical dams, Central Election Authority is there. So there one director must be head. It must be nominated by the central chairman, Central Electricity Board. It will be done. So this is about the patron who has to head and all those things. Section 13 comes the meetings. Actually, that is very, very important. State committee meeting is there at least 2 times, minimum of 2 times it must be conducted. When I was chief minister, I used to strictly go by that one. So I used to appreciate that. And when a meeting comes, only issues will come, and also some decisions from government also required. During meeting time, whatever that issues that will crop up, we will write to government that during this committee meeting, they wanted that some budget is required or some expertise is required. Normally, so 2 meetings, one must be before pre-monsoon, before, I think before rainy season, before monsoon season, they must sit. They must discuss about the status of dams. And they must take urgent actions. They have this one else. And there will be in post monsoon, they will do that one. And the important thing, there section 13, then a lot of minute details are there. It's the website, the act is also available in the website. And section 14 about duties and responsibilities of the state dam safety organization. So every state dam safety organization, they must, through the officers, the owners or the controlling officers, they must coordinate, keep perpetual surveillance, carry out inspections. And the inspections will be organized by state dam organization, and inspection reports, that is about the actions to be taken also they have to take operation maintenance and all these things. Section 17 deals about the classification of dams according to vulnerability. So I think today we told that certain number of dams are there, but every day some of the dams also will add year by year. We have to review that. So the specified dams will still be there, that will be maintained by SDSO and also alert the people. Section 19 deals with the dam failure. Actually, any dam failure is there, the SDSO must prepare a report, immediately get rectifications and also report to the Central Dam Safety Committee. This is the responsibility of State Dam Safety Committee. Any dam failures will be there. I told you that Palemwag was failed. At that time, SDSO has submitted a report to the, not only to state government, also the central government, Central Water Commission also there. Like that, the duty is there, any vulnerability, any failures are there, it will be done. And documentation, section 22 say about the compiling technical documentation of hydrology, dam foundation, structural engineering, and water spread upstream side. And other important things, documentation is very, very important. History of dam is very important. Every dam history, because the dam was constructed 50 years back. Today somebody is manning it. So unless history can only speak about during construction, what are the precautions were taken, what are the geological steps, so that was the remedial measures were taken. Then we can go through that history only, they will be, watch that vulnerability. Dam section 24. So actually, so the section 24 speaks about the owner's responsibility. Owner definition is, dam owner definition is also given. Every time all dams will not be under state control or central government. Sometimes in Central Electrical Authority, that is hydropower dams will be there. Some of the undertakings will have their own dams. So some of the industries also, they build dams with of course with the concurrence and of state and other things also there. So all the dam owners responsibility also section 24. So now why I'm telling is this act is fixing some responsibilities. The punishments are there, also responsibilities are there. If some dam fails, so their owners or the custodians of dam will be responsible. If prior to that act, so normally department in overhaul used to take that responsibility and they used to try to cover the officers. So of course now, so after this act, one cannot take shelter on some precaution that I have written to government. They have not given me budget. They have not done like that. I think that is in a long run to fight his case, that will help. But immediately when a dam fails, they will pull up the concerned officer who is owning the dam and who is controlling the dam. So that's why I'm telling that is every engineer working in water resource department, INCAD, they must be conversant with all the provisions of dams, because tomorrow one has to safeguard themselves. And the important thing is we have to keep that all dams are safe. So that is the public interest. So the responsibility, more responsibility lies with the officers. Yeah, dam, I think section 26 also, I think construction alternate, I think construction alteration. Sometimes we'll do some alterations. For example, in Jamsagar, it was silted up. The capacity is reduced. Then that dam was supported by masonry dam. So it was raised to cope up the last this one else. So that is called alteration. So this the section 26 deals with alteration and construction of dams. So this one, another important thing is every agency who is, I think, while deploying the contractors also, they need to have a qualification. They must be technically qualified and have some knowledge, not just that they make as a routine contractor cannot do that one. They must have experience of constructing dams elsewhere previously, then only they must hire. And all these responsibilities, who has to do construct a dam and all the things. In section 27, this is about reservoir filling. So initially, so we have to fill the reservoir to a certain height only, and that even that filling is also observing, but every 50 centimeters or 1 meter is there also there. So adequate time monitoring is CPS observations will be there. So before initial billing also, so dam must be inspected by dam safety experts. That SD State Dam Safety Organization has to organize this one. So for this one, that is very, very important. Section 28 deals with obligations of dam owner, liabilities also. You properly do not, I think, if he is not obliging the directions of owner, does not. So of course, if a dam owner is some public undertaking or some other corporation is there, but dam safety organization will be by the irrigation department. So they are giving some instructions. If that owner don't heed to the instructions and give rectifications is done, then he will be liable for this one else. The liability will also there. So section 29 also deals with obligations of dam owner, liabilities and all these things. That is important. And I don't want to say that officers actually afraid of this one else. I think say that the cause they must be conversant with all the provisions, sections and the chapters. We got about 11 chapters are there. So in this act, so containing about 56 sections are there. So every engineer need to be thorough with this one. Section 31 deals with the pre-monsoon, post-monsoon inspection. That is very, very important. Every custodian of the dam, I think mine irrigation, extrusion will be done. I think medium irrigation, SC has to done. Some major important thing is chief engineer has to done. Post-monsoon inspection, pre-monsoon. Post-monsoon means taking all steps when the flood comes. Post-monsoon means during flood time also some damages will be done. So that need to be observed and we need to rectify all the things. So that is technical persons will be required to, especially during emergency. So the officers must be at the dam site. Of course, I don't want to name. In Kadam Dam also, when it was happened, the chief engineer was not available at site. The government has finally taken an action on the chief engineer for not being there at the dam site. So just only telling that how the previous past history also say that will also the past history of that. So and instrumentation is very important. Actually, any for warning will be done through instrumentation reading. I think what are the instruments to be installed in FRM and all the things, section 32 deals with it. Not only installing, but also we have to maintain recording also important, documentation also important. Section 33 deals with the establishment of meteorological stations, and some of the dams are in the seismic zone. We have to establish the seismic zone, establish seismic seismological stations also is established that one. So every one of the specific dams collects compile, process and store data. I think collection of data and maintenance, sharing with state dam safety and is important. So chapter 8 deals with emergency action plan. What exactly is emergency action plan? Emergency action plan, that means if a dam fails, what are the villages that will be affected? And I think any record, a forecasting system, warning system is available there. The proper emergency flood, probable any probable flood affected areas will be there. So if some emergency comes, which villages to be evacuated. Evacuation plan is also part of this one else. And also at that time, we keep all the history of the dam, and also experts must be there to guide. And during this 2009 flood in Srisailam, actually, we rushed, many officers got rushed, myself and that mechanical gates, Kanno Naidu, we have gone in early morning. Lapu Shetty Garu was asked to go in the morning by 3 o'clock. We have gone there. People are stating to open one of the gate. They thought that the left flank will be get eroded. So even the chief engineer not taking a decision, I myself have stepped into the shoes. I have given instructions to open that gate. Ultimately, the principal secretary, Ajinath Das, he has appreciated that the team has taken a wise decision. Otherwise, dam, there is some problem to the dam also. Like that, we should not shed our responsibility. Ultimately, we have to protect this one. So emergency action plan all important. So his emergency action plan is not one time. It needs to be updated. So once in 3 years. So section 36 also deals with about this emergency action plan. Actually, what are the requirements of an emergency action plan that includes the what are the type of emergencies? That is cyclones, floods, earthquakes, and all those things that will be there in the emergency plan. So even that, I say that sometimes threat from the external forces also in wartime also they try to put some bombs there, and they try to release some bombs from the aircrafts also. That must be all the things there. So these all emergency plan is very heart of this disaster management. So section 38 is about comprehensive dam safety evaluation. I told you that aging of dams, I think we have to evaluate the safety. So that comprehensive dam safety, not a routine thing of hydrology checking, design checking, in all consideration. We have to deploy some team. So if necessary, hire some consultant, that must be done. So comprehensive safety action plan must be prepared, shall be compulsory in case of major modifications. I think we want to do any modifications or discover of unusual conditions. Of course, dam was not designed for the earthquake. Now the earthquake is any recently occurred. We have to do that one else. Hydrology and seismic events that are based on that. So this is a continuous process. So section 39 deals with these also. So major modifications, the original structure or design criteria, we have to do that. Comprehensive dam safety and evaluation is done. Unusual conditions and extreme hydrological seismic units is done. So section 40, so that deals with about reporting to SDSO, that every dam owner, pre-monsoon, post-monsoon, emergency action plan, health status of health of the dam, and all the things they have to provide to state dam safety. In terms, state dam safety will give into the National Dam Safety Expert Committee. They will review it. We have to dam safety just by reporting. They cannot be competent that we have reported to SDSO that the job is SDSO. So they must follow it up and get any provisions and any budgetary requirement is there. We get it written to the state government and include it in the budget. Now the state dam safety, this act, Dam Safety Act now says that separate budgets must be there for the dam safety. That means in irrigation, apart from construction of dams, on dam safety also some sub-head must be there for the dam safety. So sections 41, 42 and 41, that is about the so offense and penalties. That is very, very important. Not to scare you, but there is a clause here that officers must take care of this one. Shall be punishable with imprisonment of 1 term and with extended to 1 year, or with fine and with both, if such obstruction, refusal to comply with that. That means if instructions are given, that is not obeyed. So I think in Chennai, I think Rameswaram is also there. So they have not opened the gates. So in one of the dam in the heart of the city, they are awaiting for instructions for somebody else. So that has actually flooded. Suddenly they released the flood, it was flooded. So that instructions must be not doing it. That is also important. And also sometimes manual human failure. I say that in one of the cases, the officer is not at the dam site. So the strategy has occurred. So definitely the officer will be pulled. That he will be, as per act, is providing that. And even courts cannot interfere. So unless otherwise, that is against any fundamental duty or some of the, it is overridden by some of the act. So that is the thing else. So why I'm telling is not to scare, but be careful that there is an act where every officer is responsible who are owning and custodians of this dam. So about the duties and last thing is 2 schedules are there. One is schedule 1 is about National Committee on Dam Safety, their duties and responsibilities. And other important thing is National Dam Safety Authority and also State Dam Safety Committee. The schedules are also given. So these are the schedules and also all these things are there. So ultimately now coming to the conclusion, I think we'll have 2-3 questions I will also answer. I think otherwise my WhatsApp number and my email is also will be there. So ultimately what dam safety is a paramount importance. So it is for saving the dams, saving the life, saving the property. I told you that a capital investment of so many thousands of crores invested, if a dam fails, it's very difficult for a state to construct a new dam. I think the switch and time saves. If you keep your dam safe, so again that contingency won't. If small problems are there, get it rectified. And rehabilitation is there. We have to get it. You can get it done. Retrofitting is done. And all the things. So all engineers, you know how to rehabilitate and rectify. So they are quite common. We cannot go against. Normally, dam failures will occur due to disasters. Always flood disasters will be, cyclone disasters will be there. Even this earthquake disasters will be there. So you must get prepared and all the things. So that's why you have post-monsoon, pre-monsoon inspection, emergency action plans. All the things are there, insisted for that one. And dam evaluation, safety evaluation, dam break analysis, emergency action plan, early warning system, monitoring plan, flood operation of gates operation, O&M operations, all these things must be there. It must be there in the custodian. These things must be available at the dam site. So the custodian must always do this one, because so based on that only you have to regulate the flood. Actually, regulation of flood also, actually in 2009, even everybody has appreciated that. So our irrigation department, I think Kagendra, other people, my colleagues are also there. So we did a wonderful work that not even a single capital work was damaged, this one else. So even casualties also kept less. By proper operation, and Central Water Commission also gives advanced warning systems, because the river will not be under one state control. It is an interstate river. So we have to get our information from the upstream side states. So Central Water Commission, everybody must work, and we could able to, because proper regulation also. I told you that So even though 23 lakh cusecs water has come to Srisailam, we could able to ultimately release a maximum of about 13 lakh cusecs or 14 lakh cusecs or 15 lakh cusecs to Nagarjuna Sagar. So in a hurry, for the owner of the Srisailam, so to keep his dam, he released 23 lakh cusecs to downstream side. The Nagarjuna should have been collapsed. So that is the beauty of more dams are there. I think more in a river, we can control the flood if more regulating structures are there. So even I have gone to the Prakasham barrage. I was there for about 3-4 days. So ultimately, by regulation, ultimately the maximum flood that has come to this Prakasham barrage is only 11 lakh cusecs. That means by proper regulation, interpattern and basin transfer also nothing else that will happen. So this actually ultimately, so conclusion normally whatever that fights are there, I will give a conclusion of all the things. It was the draft report was there in 2002, but ultimately 2010 it was introduced. So with a lot of, I think whenever they include and again resubmit that year will be changed. Ultimately, it was referred to parliamentary committee. Parliamentary committee has given some suggestions. They were incorporated. Ultimately, the parliament has passed this Dam Safety Act 2021. So on 30th December 2021. So now this is enforced. So actually, in this act also, so in what period the National Dam Safety Organization, state dams organizations, they must be coming into place. But fortunately, from 2002 itself, all the states and national, we are on the subjects and all the committees are in place. I think there is no need not the work from the zero. I think already there. And dam owners' responsibilities are very much, they were dealt in chapter 11 of 41, 42. And then dam safety committee, dam safety authorities, and all these things. The act provides who has to do what is the responsibility, all the things. So ultimately, the dam owners, officials, custodians, various hierarchy of engineers. So they must be thorough with, conversant with this one, and take it positively. Not that they feel that it's not a burden on them, but now a institutional arrangement is there. Previously, it was not there. When a disaster comes, everybody rushes to the site. Chief engineer is to go, SE is to go, EE is to go. All that. Now this act says that we have to be placed at what place, what actions we have to take in advance also. So this is the thing, the provisions of this one. So at the end of the thing, normally, so when any conclusion, when I are leaving, when going home, when getting home, take one sleep of love. Normally, keep this one else. Thank you very much. Okay. So now any interaction is there, so we can have some interaction. Thank you very much. Because time is short, I was extempo. Even then it was about one and a half hour. It was taken. I think it's something else. Now, GL Rao sir and Brahma Reddy garu.
So thank you for the very elaborate, lengthy, and so very informative with quality content on Dam Safety and Dam Safety Act 2021, and describing about the detailed causes of failure of dams. So the district dam breaks.
In future also, Brahma Reddy sir, if the department wants some roundtable conference, we can also organize a roundtable conference.
We'll call, sir. We'll call. That should be the nice, because this much lengthy lecture, by the time what you told, we have forgotten. Being non-civilian engineering person.
But this I will keep in YouTube. That IS and YouTube, this will be available there. You can go through this presentation.
Anybody wants to ask anything? Welcome, sir.
Readily, if you can answer, I will answer. Otherwise, I will come back to you going through this one.
I request, sir. Sir, there are some
good evening, sir. I am Khagendar this side.
Khagendar garu, namaskaram.
Yeah, very good evening, sir. Namaste, sir. It's very informative and elaborate lecture you have given, sir. It's very useful, and I really congratulate you for the lecture, sir. Nice lecture. Actually, the problem is earlier. Now we are fortunate that ultimately we could get the act passed by the parliament, at least now. Earlier, also we used to follow the maintenance manual directions, but the constituency was the budgetary aspects.
Funds constraint.
Yeah, the basic problem was that even though the dam safety organization used to recommend the steps to be taken for the safety of the dam, the department officials, they could not take up the work, sir. In fact, thank you very much, sir, for the nice lecture.
Now, actually, according to this act, government has to earmark certain budget for dam safety.
Yes.
So that
Yes,
definitely
sir.
that,
Yes.
because the responsibility also lies with the state also. I think so definitely.
Yes, yeah. Simultaneously, it will be on the state also. Thank you, sir.
Hello. Good evening, sir. Dr. Ramanak Martuna.
Good evening, Ramanak garu. Cheppandi sir.
Sir, really, as Khagen Saab said, highly appreciable, sir, and it's all informative. We are, Manamo Central Water Council, we used to move with dam safety. Miru Amchara, one of stage 3. We are moving with Yeram Naidu garu and all eminent parliamentarians.
Yes.
All about, sir. And you told about Palam also. You got a benefit, sir. Physically, I have been there, my district nearby Khammam. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Congrats.
Dam Prasad Reddy garu want to speak.
Okay. Good evening to all.
Good evening,
Sir,
Dam Prasad Reddy garu.
we are discussing about an act which has already been passed. You see, sir, though it was introduced in 2002, we were busy in service or in Telangana agitation, and when we never thought about this act. You see, sir, when I was told that they are going to pass this act, please take some action. We never discuss about this act, to's and fro's. At least in our engineering fraternity, nobody has discussed. Even in an institution of engineers also, we never conducted any meeting on this act. As far my knowledge goes, after 2005, I am regularly touch with institution. But you see, sir, there are I think that we could have incorporated some amendments to the act, because as the power sector, as the power sector, in the power sector, they have really discussed so many times. They brought to the notice of the even public also. Here it appears that the state government, the center wants to take away all the powers of even maintaining the dams. But there is no mention of any monetary this budget provision. I think so. It appears that after construction of the dam safety should be start from the right from the what do you call foundations. Right from foundations, they have to inspect. After completion of the dam safety means it comes only after the completion of the dam, means it may not serve purpose. And moreover, especially in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, we have got sufficient experienced engineers in dam safety, and that too. But now the act, it appears that the central government is interfering in every sector, even in dam safety also. Therefore, they have redefined the major dams and minor dams, everything they redefined. But unfortunately, we never discussed about this act. We never discussed about these acts. And now bringing awareness among the engineers to follow the act, that's all. Now we cannot do anything else. We cannot do anything else now. At least awareness how to utilize the act for our purpose in perfect. You see, further in making the dams not too prone to the any damages. That awareness we have to bring to the our engineers. But had we conducted some seminars or any roundtables prior to the passing of the act, it would have been a better initiation. I think so. At the juncture, we could do anything else. We were silent all these years. Thank you, sir, for your elaboratively explaining the act.
So net problem ఉన్నట్టుందండి.
Thank you, sir. Kondalrao garu is also.
కొండలరావు గారు చెప్పండి సార్.
ఓకే సార్, నమస్కారం సార్. రాజు గారు చాలా బాగా చెప్పారండి, అంత బాగా ఎలాబొరేట్ గా చెప్పారు. డెడ్ విత్ ది యాక్ట్ అండ్ ది బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ ఆల్సో, అండ్ ఎనీ మీన్ సర్టన్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ ఆల్సో. నాకు 2 క్వశ్చన్స్ అండి. ఒకటి ఏంటంటే,
చెప్పండి,
what is the design flood? Is it a 1000-year flood or 500-year flood? And does it change with the extent of flood or the height of the dam gani, లేకపోతే extent of the retention of water gani, లేకపోతే ఫ్లడ్ క్వాంటిటీని బట్టి కానీ ఏమన్నా ఇది డిజైన్ ఫ్లడ్ డిజైన్ ఇయర్ మారుతుందా? రెండోది ఏంటంటే, ఈ కన్సర్న్డ్ స్టేట్ డ్యామ్ సేఫ్టీ ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్ కానీ స్టేట్ డ్యామ్ సేఫ్టీ కమిటీస్ కానీ అవి ఆంధ్ర తెలంగాణలో కూడా రెండిట్లో కూడా మనం ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ చేసామా ఆల్రెడీ?
ఓకే సార్, ఒకటి ఏంటంటే మాకు దీంట్లో ఇందా శ్యాంప్రసాద్ గారు చెప్పినట్టు ఏంటంటే మనకి 2004 నుంచి కూడా ఈ డ్యామ్ సేఫ్టీ యాక్ట్ డ్రాఫ్ట్ యాక్ట్ వచ్చినప్పటి నుంచి కూడా ఇంజనీర్స్ అందరిలో కూడా మనకి డ్రిప్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ చేసాం. తర్వాత ఏమో ప్రీ మాన్సూన్ పోస్ట్ మాన్సూన్ ఇన్స్పెక్షన్స్ ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఐడియా ఉన్నాయి. తర్వాత ఫ్లడ్ డిజైన్ వచ్చేప్పటికి మైన్ ఇరిగేషన్ డ్యామ్స్ కి 25 years ఫ్లడ్ తీసుకుంటారు, మీడియం ఇరిగేషన్ అయితే 100 years తీసుకుంటారు. సో ఈవెన్ 100 బట్ దట్ సిచ్యుయేషన్ బట్టి 500 years కూడా తీసుకోవాలి. మేజర్ డ్యామ్ అయితే మినిమం 500 తీసుకోవాలి. ద స్టాండర్డ్ ఫ్లడ్ దట్ విల్ బి స్పెసిఫైడ్. యాక్చువల్గా మనకి బిఎస్ఐ కోడ్స్ కూడా ఉన్నాయి ఏ డ్యామ్ కి ఎంత ఫ్లడ్ తీసుకోవాలన్నది. బట్ 1000 year ఫ్లడ్ డిజైన్ తీసుకు. బట్ ఇప్పుడు లేటెస్ట్ ఏంటంటే ప్రాబబుల్ మాక్సిమం ఫ్లడ్ అని 10,000 years కి ఎనీ ఆల్ మేజర్ డ్యామ్స్ మస్ట్ బి గాట్ చెక్డ్. సో చెక్ చేసుకోవాలి. బట్ ఆల్రెడీ ఓల్డ్ డ్యామ్స్ ఉంటే దాని ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్స్ కానీ దానికి ఎడిషనల్ స్పిల్వేస్, ఇందాక కడమ్ డ్యామ్ చూపించాం కదా, ఎడిషనల్ స్పిల్వేస్ పెట్టారు, అలా చేసుకోవాలి. సరే థింగ్. రెండోది ఏంటంటే ఆల్రెడీ 2002 నుంచే మనకి సబ్జెక్ట్ ఉంది కాబట్టి ఎవరి స్టేట్ గాటే స్టేట్ డ్యామ్ సేఫ్టీ ఆర్గనైజేషన్ ఇన్ ప్లేస్. అది ఒక సిసిడో, ఇక్కడ జనరల్ గా మన తెలుగు స్టేట్స్ లో సిసిడో కంట్రోల్లో ఉంది, అక్కడ సెంట్రల్ వాటర్ కమిషన్ కంట్రోల్లో ఉంది. రెండోది ఏంటంటే దీన్ని ఇంటర్ఫియరెన్స్ అని కాదు, ఒక ఇన్స్టిట్యూషనల్ మెకానిజం తయారు చేశారు. సో నాట్ దట్ ఓన్లీ గైడెన్స్ వై, not any central. ఇప్పుడు నేషనల్ డ్యామ్ సేఫ్టీ ఆర్గనైజేషన్ దే గివ్స్ గైడెన్సెస్ అండ్ సమ్ ప్రిన్సిపల్స్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. నాట్ దట్ దే విల్ బి రైడ్ ఆన్ దిస్ వన్ ఎల్స్, బట్ ఓన్లీ దేర్ ఇస్ ఏ కమ్యూనికేషన్ బిట్వీన్ స్టేట్ డ్యామ్ సేఫ్టీ ఆర్గనైజేషన్, నేషనల్ డ్యామ్ సేఫ్టీ ఆర్గనైజేషన్. నేషనల్ లెవెల్లో నేషనల్ డ్యామ్ సేఫ్టీ ఆర్గనైజేషన్ విల్ ఓవరాల్ కంట్రీలో ఉన్న డ్యామ్స్, వర్నబుల్ డ్యామ్స్, మనకి 10,000 డ్యామ్లు ఉంటే 10,000 కూడా మనకి స్పెసిఫైడ్ డ్యామ్స్ ఉండవు. దాంట్లో 5,000 6,000 ఉంటాయి. వాటికి సంబంధించిన రిపోర్ట్స్ అవి కూడా మాకు పంపిస్తాం. ఒక సిస్టమైజ్ చేశారన్నమాట. ఈ మాన్సూన్ ఇన్స్పెక్షన్స్ కానీ లేకపోతే హెల్త్ రిపోర్ట్స్ కానీ ఇవన్నీ సిస్టమైజ్ చేశారు. అలాగే స్టేట్ లెవెల్లో స్టేట్ డ్యామ్ స్టేట్ అంటే మనకి ఇంజనీర్స్ అందరికీ సపోర్టివ్ గానే వాళ్ళకి గైడెన్స్ ఇస్తూ, తర్వాత ఎక్స్పర్ట్స్ ను కూడా స్టేట్ డ్యామ్ సేఫ్టీ ఆర్గనైజేషన్ దే విల్ ప్రొవైడ్ ఎక్స్పర్ట్ టీమ్స్. యాక్చువల్లీ మనకి స్టేట్ డ్యామ్ సేఫ్టీ ఇన్స్పెక్షన్ టీమ్స్ అని తెలంగాణలో కూడా ఆంధ్రలో కూడా ఉన్నాయి. సో రిటైర్డ్ ఇంజనీర్స్ కానీ జియాలజిస్టులు అంతా టీమ్స్ ఉన్నాయన్నమాట. టీమ్స్ పంపించి దే విల్ ఆర్గనైజ్ దట్ వన్. సో ఇస్ నా అంటే అఫ్ కోర్స్ ఏంటంటే మనకి నేషనల్ డ్యామ్ సేఫ్టీ యాక్ట్ ఇండియా అంతా కావాలి కాబట్టి పాస్ చేశారు. సో మనకి యాక్చువల్గా ఈ యాక్ట్ మన 2009లో కూడా మన ఏపీ కూడా పాస్ చేశారు. బట్ ఎనీ అమెండ్మెంట్స్ ఈజ్ ప్రోన్, ఇట్ విల్ చేంజ్ టైమ్ టు టైమ్. సో ఇది ఒక సిస్టమైజ్ చేసుకుని రేపు పొద్దున డ్యామ్ ఫెయిల్యూర్ అవుతే దట్ డివాస్టేషన్ కాబట్టి ఒక ఇన్స్టిట్యూషనల్ మెకానిజం చేసి డ్యూటీస్ అండ్ రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీస్ అన్ని పెట్టారు. బట్ ఇందాక ఖగేంద్ర గారు చెప్పినట్టు ఏంటంటే మెయిన్ మనకి ఈ రిపేర్ చేయాలంటే బడ్జెట్ ఉండేది కాదు. ఇప్పుడు స్పెసిఫిక్ గా ఈ డ్యామ్ ఈ యాక్ట్ ప్రకారం ఎవ్రీ స్టేట్ మస్ట్ ప్రొవైడ్ సమ్ బడ్జెట్ ఫర్ ది డ్యామ్ సేఫ్టీ. సో రెండోది ఏంటంటే ఇందాక మన శ్యాంప్రసాద్ గారు చెప్పినట్టు ఏంటంటే మనకి ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ కావాలంటే నవ్వు ఈ కెన్ వీళ్ళకి మన అవేర్నెస్ ఇంజనీర్స్ అందరూ అవేర్నెస్ కోసం ఈ రోజు యాక్చువల్ గా మనం మంచిది పురుషోత్తం గారు లెక్చర్ పెడతాం కూడా కొంత అవేర్నెస్ లో భాగమే. సో మన రౌండ్ టేబుల్ కాన్ఫరెన్సెస్ పెట్టుకోవడం, లేకపోతే ఇఫ్ మన స్టేట్ డ్యామ్ సేఫ్టీ ఆర్గనైజేషన్ త్రూ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీర్స్ ఏమైనా ట్రైనింగ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ పెట్టాలంటే కూడా వీ కెన్ ఆర్గనైజ్ దట్ వన్. సో ఇన్ దట్ వాట్ ఎవర్ థింగ్ మనం కావాలంటే ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్ తరఫున కూడా వీ కెన్ డూ దట్ వన్. నాట్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈజ్ ఓవర్. యాక్చువల్లీ ఇట్ విల్ బి అమెండ్. ఈ రోజు యాక్ట్ అన్నది మళ్ళీ తర్వాత అమెండ్మెంట్స్ కూడా వస్తాయి. ఎనీ యాక్ట్ విల్ హ్యావ్ ఎన్ అమెండ్మెంట్. ఈ లోపల మన డిఫరెంట్ స్టేట్స్ నుంచి సజెషన్స్ ఉంటే దట్ విల్ బి గెట్ ఇంక్లూడెడ్, అమెండ్మెంట్ విల్ కమ్. So mostly this institutional mechanism for creating awareness and safety. Safety ultimately safety public కదా. మనకి రేపు పొద్దున ఇందాక ఒక డ్యామ్ పోతే మచ్చు డ్యామ్ పోతే 800,000 మంది చనిపోయారు కదా. అలాగే ఏదైనా పోతే లైఫ్ సేవ్ ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి దీన్ని ఒక ఇన్స్టిట్యూషనల్ మెకానిజం పెట్టారు. సో మనం there is a large subject of interference of state to center అన్నది వేరే, బట్ ఈజ్ ఓన్లీ ఫర్ ఓవరాల్ థింగ్. బట్ మన ఇంటర్నేషనల్ లెవెల్లో కూడా డ్యామ్ సేఫ్టీ దట్ ఈజ్ ఐకోల్డ్ అని చెప్పుకుంది, వాళ్ళు కూడా చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. వీఆర్ షేరింగ్ ది ఎక్స్పీరియన్సెస్ ఫ్రమ్ ది గ్లోబల్ లెవెల్ నుంచి కానీ ఇప్పుడు నేషనల్ లెవెల్లో ఇతర స్టేట్స్ ఉన్నవని మనం యూ కెన్ అడాప్ట్ దట్ మన స్టేట్ లో కూడా చేసుకోవచ్చు. మన స్టేట్ లో కూడా గుడ్ ప్రాక్టీసెస్ వీ కెన్ గివ్ ఇట్. ఓన్లీ ఏ మెకానిజం ఈజ్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్డ్ విచ్ వాజ్ నాట్ దేర్ ఎర్లియర్. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్స్ అండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ
సార్. తర్వాత ఇంకోటి స్పెసిఫైడ్ డ్యామ్స్ అంటే 5 to 15 meters హైట్ అని అన్నారు. ఈజ్ ఇట్ రిస్ట్రిక్టెడ్ టు 15 meters హైట్ ఆర్ బియాండ్ ఆల్సో?
అక్కడ మీకు 4 క్లాజులు చూపించాను, మీరు చూడలేదేమో. సో ఎనీ డ్యామ్ మోర్ దెన్ 15 meters ఇస్ ఆటోమేటికలీ స్పెసిఫైడ్ డ్యామ్. ఒకవేళ 15 meters కాకపోయినా కూడా బిలో 10 meters ఉన్నా కూడా దానికి స్టోరేజ్ కెపాసిటీ 1 million cubic meter ఉంటే ఈవెన్ దెన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఏ స్పెసిఫైడ్ డ్యామ్. అదే విధంగా ఏంటంటే మనకి సప్లస్ యాక్చువల్లీ స్పిల్వే నుంచి డిశ్చార్జ్ మాక్సిమం ఫ్లడ్ డిశ్చార్జ్ 15 meter లేకపోయినా అంతకన్నా తక్కువ హైట్ ఉన్నా కూడా 2000 cubic meters ఉంటే 70,000 cubic ఉంటే అది కూడా వస్తుంది. సో డిఫరెంట్ క్రైటీరియా విల్ బి దేర్. నాట్ దట్ ఓన్లీ హైట్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఓన్లీ క్రైటీరియా. ఇవన్నీ కాకపోయినా కూడా స్పెసిఫిక్ గా కొన్ని మనం సపోజ్ ఇందా కోయినా డ్యామ్ చెప్పాను మీకు. కోయినా డ్యామ్ లో ఎర్త్క్వేక్ పోయి ఉన్నది. అటువంటిది మా ఇరిగేషన్ లో కూడా ఎర్త్క్వేక్ జోన్ లో ఉంటే ఈ ప్రై క్రైటీరియా సాటిస్ఫై కాకపోయినా కూడా స్పెసిఫైడ్ డ్యామ్ మన డ్యామ్ కేటగిరీ కింద వస్తుంది. డిఫరెంట్ ఫౌండేషన్స్, డిఫరెంట్ ఇన్నోవేషన్స్ ఉన్నది టెక్నాలజీ వల్ల ఉన్నాయి కూడా వస్తాయి అన్నమాట. సో దోస్ కెన్ బి ఇంక్లూడెడ్. అంటే ఈ లిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ డ్యామ్స్, లార్జ్ డ్యామ్స్ లిస్ట్ అని చెప్పి ఇది వరకు కంబైన్ స్టేట్ ఉన్నప్పుడు 233 ఎంత ఉండేది. తర్వాత 1 క్యూబిక్ మీటర్స్ అన్నప్పుడు 3,300 పైన పెరిగింది అనమాట. ఇప్పుడు దాంట్లో ఇది అన్ని అప్డేట్ అవుతా ఉంటాయి. కొత్త డ్యామ్స్ వస్తూ ఉన్నాయి, కొన్ని వల్నరబిలిటీ పెరుగుతూ ఉంటాయి, అప్డేట్ అవుతూ ఉంటాయి. ఇదంతా ఏంటంటే ఒక నౌ వీ ఏబుల్ టు సే దట్ విచ్ డ్యామ్ ఈజ్ వల్నరబుల్ అన్నది మనం ఉన్నది స్టేట్ లెవెల్లో స్టేట్ డ్యామ్ కోఆర్డినేషన్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ గైడ్ చేస్తుంది. నేషనల్ లెవెల్లో నేషనల్ దట్ విల్ గైడ్ ది స్టేట్స్. ఓకే,
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
So we can have 1 or 2 తర్వాత ఎప్పుడైనా మన ట్రైనింగ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్, రౌండ్ టేబుల్ కాన్ఫరెన్స్ we can also have it. We can have a friends. Everybody can be part of it. Every civil engineer. Okay, sir.
Everybody, sir. Okay, thank you, sir. I invite Dr. G. Venkat Subbaya, Honorary Secretary to kindly.
GL రావు గారు మాట్లాడలేదు ఇంతవరకు మనకి. GL రావు గారు చీఫ్ గెస్ట్ గారితో మాట్లాడించలేదు మీరు. Let us hear this message of GL రావు గారు, our veteran and very senior.
నాకు అవకాశం ఇవ్వలేకుండా మీరే మాట్లాడారు అంతాను.
Honorary Secretary to kindly introduce.
I will give my comments.
Engineer GL Rao, sir, past president.
Thank you, sir, Chairman, sir. And it is my privilege to introduce Engineer GL Rao garu. Engineer GL Rao garu born on October 13th, 1935, and he obtained a degree in civil engineering in 1957 from BMS College of Engineering, Bangalore, and completed the postgraduate course in hydrological methods for developing water resource management from Budapest in Hungary. Engineer Rao joined the irrigation department in the year 1957, and after working in various capacities in different major irrigation projects in the state, retired as chief engineer in October 1993. He attended the 19th annual Southeast Asia Network Convention in Thailand as the vice chairman of National Institute of Amateur Radio, a non-government organization of unique reputation in providing communication facilities to combat natural disasters. Engineer Rao is a qualified lead assessor of ISO 9000. He was a technical expert, the judicature in pronouncing the judgments on technical litigations. Engineer Rao has been closely associated with the institution for nearly 4 decades. He was elected to the Council of IEI for 3 consecutive sessions since 1993 and served the institution in various capacities. Engineer Rao is associated with Sister Nivedita College of Professional Studies as member, planning board, and member of national and international professional societies. Engineer Rao was the chairman of IEI AP State Center during 1994 to 96. Engineer Rao was the vice president of IEI in the year 2000 and 2001. And he was also acted as the president of IEI in the year 2003 to 2004. So thank you very much, sir. And now I request GL Rao garu to address the gathering.
Thank you very much for the biodata you have given. Sri Brahma Reddy garu, president of this evening event and the chairman of the Telangana State Center. Dr. I.S.N. Raj garu, the learned speaker of today's subject on dam and dam safety. And Sri Prashant, convener of this event, Venkat Subbaya garu, the honorary secretary of this institution. Shyam Prasad garu, council member. Ramanjacharya garu, Dr. Rameshwar garu, all other council members, members of the committee, and all other dignitaries who have come here. Also, if at all the family members of Purushottam Garu has come. My respects to them also. When I have been asked to come as the chief guest for this event, in fact, I am not coming out for speaking anything because it's a Zoom session. I thought, let me come there because first thing is, I have been given an opportunity to pay homage to our late Purushottam Garu, Dr. Purushottam Garu, with whom I had good association. I used to go to his house for some advice also, whenever matters are required. Also, other thing is to hear Dr. Satyanarayana Raj Garu's lecture on dam and dam safety. So these two things made me come here to participate in this event as a participant, not as the chief guest. In fact, when I have been hearing Dr. Satyanarayana Raj Garu, the learned speaker, my thoughts have gone back to 1957-58, when I was working in Nagarjunasagar Dam. We were all just graduates, came out of the college, and we were all sent to the dam organization to do the works there. In fact, the awareness what has been created by Dr. Satyanarayana Raj Garu about the act is really a thing which should be known to everybody. Shyam Prasad Reddy Garu has commented that we have not been informed about this. Yes, that's not done. Normally, any act that has been under preparation or anything, it is sent to various institutions for the discussions. That has not been done. But I think now also we can always conduct some seminars and roundtable conferences so that we'll be able to do any amendments that is required. Because what has been done with the practical experience that has been gathered by many learned engineers, they must have prepared the act. But still there will be many things which have got to be done because any dam, they're all location specific. In fact, TEC Vidyasagar Garu has raised one point about the disputes of the stakeholders. Yes, whenever the flood comes, we release the water, and at the downstream, some people will suffer very much. So there will be problems. The people will come and stop the water that is being led into the downstream, and the dam is under danger then. So all those things are all to be discussed. Those things are to be discussed in field, in institutions, so that we'll be able to, if such clauses are not there, we can always again send amendments as a resolution from the institutions. Also, what I suggest, Dr. Rameshwar also is here. In Indian Staff College, let it be one subject on these dams so that people will have very good information. Another thing what I feel, now that so much of information has been given by Satyanarayana Raj Garu, when we were working, so many instrumentations were done. We were just juniors from the college. We don't know what they are doing, why they are doing. What is the result of those instruments and all that. So there was nobody to explain. So now what I feel, any person who is prepared to work in any construction of a dam or maintenance of a dam, they must be trained first, and the provisions of the act should be brought clearer to them so that they will be very cautious. So that is very important, that is to be done. In fact, the very thought-provoking lecture we have heard, and very, very valuable lecture. I think we don't have anything else to comment on that except to request the chairman to organize some seminars, roundtables for discussions, and see that some good speakers come along with the guidance of Satyanarayana Raj Garu, so that we'll be able to project the requirements of the field again to the authorities for any amendments required. Also, people who want to work in dams, I think they should be trained, and a certificate should be given that they're already trained and they know the requirements of any engineer who is working in whichever level he is working. So that is most important. And a very educative and informative lecture, and he has thoroughly discussed, because when once I was asked to be present on this occasion, I just gone through the Google about the act. Every point he has discussed very well. Every point. He did not leave anything for any chance or anything. Thanks, Sachin Das Garu. Wonderful lecture. I think I'm very much benefited for having come here as one of the participants. So it's a very good lecture. I think after hearing this lecture, there's nothing else to say. A very important topic that was taken, and not only important, as Shamprasad said, it's a burning topic also. Many people don't know. We were also not knowing, though we worked there, we don't know what is requirement. So we just go there, come back, and what is importance. Of course, we were guided by Gopal Rao Garu, who was the executive there, and the geologists who were there, how the foundations were prepared. In fact, they used to take a hammer and just go on touching each and every stone that is properly excavated to the required strength or not. Of course, we did something, we learned something only by practical experience, not as though that's a requirement. So sometimes we used to run to the geologist, the concreting is to be done, kindly pass the area. He never used to allow it unless he is satisfied about the strength of the stone. And we were under Chalani's guidance, Gopal Rao Garu's guidance, we were working day and night. In fact, we are very happy and proud that we were at the foundation stage of Nagarjunasagar Dam and Srisalam also. Gigantic works which we have done. And it's a very great privilege which we had to have worked in the dams. And the only thing is, we have got to see that all the people who are our young engineers and who are going to hold some positions in the construction of or maintenance of the dam, they should be trained properly and thoroughly, because the punishments are very severe. Because it's not going to end with just a failure of dam. Millions of people will be dying. So much of capital will be going. And also, as Rajgaru said, for maintenance, there was never any good allotment. With regard to gates, he was telling, there were so many gates which got stuck. And there is no fund even to grease the gates. Unfortunate thing. And they never bother about it. Only thing is you do it, that's all. So all these things, now that the act has come, now it's a bounden responsibility for the government also to give correct allocations for all the required maintenance. So I think we have heard very wonderful lecture. What I request is, request to the chairman to organize some more lectures on dam safety, very important subject, and also request to Rameshwara Garu to organize some, because there are tailor-made courses he organizes there about the dam and dam safety also. It's better he takes up as one of the directors there to see that properly they are thoroughly educated and trained so that they themselves will be able to create awareness to all the other people who are working. So I think there's nothing more to say. My homage again to Dr. Purushottam Garu, and again thanks to our chairman Brahma Reddy Garu and all the other participants who have participated in this wonderful lecture. And I especially thank Sachin Das Garu for having prepared the lecture so nicely. He has completely brought out the contents of the act. Yes, because that is very much important. Unless there is a strong iron hand at the top, the people will not be able to work properly. So thank you very much for having given me this opportunity. With this, I permit me to conclude. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your kind suggestion, and we will definitely, as per your advice and suggestion, we will conduct more programs. And also, as our ISN Raj Garu also conduct a roundtable conference on this. And also involve experienced council member, engineer Shyamprasad Reddy garu and other stakeholders. Thank you very much. Thank you. I request now the Honorary Secretary, Dr. G. Venkat Subbaiah garu, to propose.
Thank you, sir. Chairman, sir. Respected Chief Guest, Engineer G.L. Rao, FIE, past President, IEI, and today's Speaker, Dr. I. Satyanarayan Raju, FIE, Council Member, IEI, Chairman, RDC Cell, IEI, and past Chairman, IEI, Telangana State Center, Engineer B. Brahmareddy, FIE, Chairman, IEI, Telangana State Center, Engineer B. Prashant, AMI, Committee Member, IEI, Telangana State Center, and Convener of today's event, past Chairman, Council Members, past Honorary Secretaries, members of Telangana State Center Committee, distinguished guests, family members of Dr. J. Purushottam garu, representatives of media, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to all. On behalf of the Telangana State Center of IEI and on my own behalf, I convey our sincere and profound thanks to the Engineer G.L. Rao garu, FIE, past President IEI, for addressing the gathering as a chief guest on today's event. I am very grateful to Dr. I. Satyanarayan Raju garu, FIE, Council Member IEI, Chairman RDC Cell, for presenting a wonderful lecture on dam safety and an overview of Dam Safety 2021 Central. I wish to express my gratitude to the dignitaries, past presidents of IEI, past chairman of IEI Telangana State Center, past honorary secretaries of Telangana State Center, council members, committee members, corporate members, family members of Dr. J. Purushottam garu, and also the other participants who made it convenient and attend this virtual event. I also thank the representatives of media. Thank you. Thanks to one and all. Now I request all of you kindly stand for national anthem.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Play the national anthem.